Right, and we are on a coverage, on a special coverage to the discovery of today announced by the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, Dr. Khaled Al-Anani, who unveiled in an international press conference a new archaeological discovery at the Saqqara necropolis. This was announced today in a or rather in an international conference that was held by the minister, who spoke about the discovery of an ancient treasure trove of more than 100 intact sarcophagi, the largest such finding this year. The minister said in previous statements that this anticipated discovery is the largest, as I said, and confirmed that the completion of the excavation of the Egyptian archaeological mission operating in the Saqqara area resulted in the discovery of the new wells containing a large number of colored human coffins intact for more than 2,500 years. We'll be speaking about such an important discovery, such an important part of our treasure that were unearthed today, and it's part of discoveries that took place during this year. We'll be speaking about that and more. Before we start with our discussion, let's first have a quick look on the Arab news that took place during this week, and we'll come back.
Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry paid condolences for the family of late Palestinian Liberation Organization's top official Saeb Araiqat, the Palestinian leadership, and the Palestinians on Tuesday. In a statement, the Foreign Ministry deplored the death of Araiqat, saying the Palestinian cause and the Arab world have lost an outstanding diplomat. The statement said that Araiqat had championed tirelessly for restoring the rights of the Palestinian people despite the many obstacles that the cause of his nation went through. The Syrian government kicked off a two-day Russian-backed conference in Damascus on Wednesday towards facilitating the return of millions of Syrian refugees to the country despite reservations within the international community. According to organizers of neighboring countries hosting the bulk of Syrian refugees, only Lebanon and Iraq send representatives. Other attendees include the Russian delegation and representatives of Syrian government allies, Iran, Venezuela, and China, while a United Nations representative was expected to attend as an observer. In a televised speech, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad said that millions of Syrians want to return home. Jordanians voted on Tuesday in parliamentary election overshadowed by the coronavirus pandemic, which has dealt a heavy blow to the country's economy. More than 50,000 security force personnel were on hand to ensure masks were worn inside polling stations and social distancing maintained. Authorities ruled that the four-yearly elections should go ahead, but voters who have tested positive for the novel coronavirus face up to a year in prison if they ignore instructions to stay home. Top United Nations officials warned that millions of men, women, and children in war-torn Yemen are facing famine again. The United Nations describes Yemen as the world's largest humanitarian crisis, with 80% of people in need of help. UN officials are trying to revive peace talks to end the war, as the country's suffering is also worsened by an economic and currency collapse and the COVID-19 pandemic. In late 2017, UN aid chief warned that Yemen was then facing the largest famine in the world has seen for many decades, with millions of victims.
Right, welcome back, and to highlight today's discovery, we have with us over the phone Mr. Waleed Battoty, member of the World Federation of Tourist Guide Association. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Mr. Battoty, would you please shed light on today's discovery, and how far is it significant, particularly for Egypt at this very particular stage? Not only Egypt is passing by, but the whole world.
All right. Well, let me tell you, we have lots of discoveries.
Yes.
But this is the first one to come out this way, to have a scan to a mummy in front of the media. Not in a lab, but it was on site. So basically, they brought all the equipments and they did everything as if they have the whole media of the world was there. I mean, the moment, to tell you, the moment of the opening, it gives you goosebumps. And it is very important at this time is to share this moment with the world. I mean, you cannot imagine how touchy this moment it was, especially to those who is in the field of archaeology or interest. I saw today almost every single ambassador posted in Egypt, so we can say that the representatives of the world were there. That's very smart. From the Minister of Tourism and Antiquity, Dr. Khaled Al-Anani, it was very smart to do this. I have to tell you that I was so impressed with the specialist who is the radiologist. He's a PhD, he's a doctor, who was doing the radiology, and he spoke in scientific terminology, in English, beautiful English. I mean, the whole thing went very beautiful. This was an event. I hope they could do this more often and get the whole world to share these things with us. Because, you know, I've been on the studio with you a few times, and we both agree that all this belongs to humanity. It does not just belong to the Egyptians.
Yes.
If this belongs to the whole world, we should share it at this moment. If they cannot come to us, we will go to them. That was very right movement. I would like to congratulate the Supreme Council of Antiquity. I would like to congratulate the Minister of Tourism and Antiquity. I would like to congratulate the Prime Minister of Egypt, the President of Egypt, the whole people of Egypt. Congratulations. We did hit sky today.
Right. So what you said now just opened lots and lots of questions. First of all, the preparations for such a big discovery. We're speaking here about the first time a mummy, as you said, respectively here, was shown to the whole world and went in front of the camera, and the whole world news were transmitting such a conference, right? So tell me more about such a conference. How was it prepared for? Tell me more about the mission that unearthed such an important discovery of today. Tell me about the efforts that were done in order to present to the world this or such a discovery.
Okay, first of all, the whole mission is pure Egyptian. You know, we are used before that all discoveries used to be done by foreign missions in Egypt, but this one was done by 100% pure Egyptian hands, the pure Egyptian workers, archaeologists, doctors, everything under the Supreme Council of Antiquity. And by the way, this is not the last one. There is more. I got to tell you. I mean, I wish I'm allowed to say what I know, but there is more and more coming in the upcoming few months. There's more coming. There's discoveries that are happening as the hour go by. They are so excited. They're working. Whenever they facilitate the finance for all of this, then they go more and more, and they do a great job. So going back to your question, what is so good about it today? Pure Egyptian work, and you saw it came out so beautifully, as I told you. And the most important thing is
exposing
how did it come to the world like this.
How did the idea came? I mean, here exposing the mummy for the first time in front of cameras. That's in itself is a new way in showcasing our treasures to the world. Now, how did the idea came and what exactly, how did we prepare for such an international event? Because yes, indeed, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities several days ago announced that there will be a big announcement that will be made today, but it never hinted it would be that huge. So tell me about the preparations and
Yeah.
how they prepared for such an international conference, and how did they promote for it?
Okay, well, let me tell you, we have a minister of tourism, 5 or 6 in one. You know, 5 or 6 in one. We have a minister of tourism he was a minister of antiquity first of all, and then he's a minister of tourism. Bear in mind that Dr. Khaled Al-Anan is a university professor. He's an international university professor. He lived abroad, he taught abroad. He's recognized worldwide. His lectures are much appreciated around the world. And bear in mind, the tour guide, he was originally a tour guide, so the tour guide inside them, when you put all this combination together, you will come up with the beautiful and brave and smart idea to work this and market Egypt. I can 100% assure you that there is a brain trying to market Egypt and keeping Egypt on the top priority and agenda for whoever will think, I want to go to Egypt. Egypt will be on the top list of everyone, especially when they see what they saw today. You know, and the best thing that the event was done today, and some of the tourists, a very small number of tourists were around, they were permitted to come. The tourism police, they were very gentle and very genuine with the people. They said, you can stand here, you can take pictures. It's an opportunity. And such Nile TV International to speak about it, and all the media, whether Egyptian or foreign or whatever, we will wait till the end of the day today and see the results, and the feedback will come from around the world. I hope you would shed light more and more and more in the upcoming week over this great event, and I hope they could do it more and more again, often. It was just super. I mean, I have to tell you, it was so great.
Yes, we'll do that definitely. It's our work, and we should be doing that. We are the channel that is presenting the face of Egypt, or the what happens in Egypt to the whole world. Tell me, you just said a very important statement here at the end of your of what you were speaking. You said if tourists do not come to us, we'll go to them, and we've been doing that since the very start of this year 2020, and we've been taking Egypt to the world. Tell me about this, and tell me how far was this part of propagating to Egypt, and what were the results of such a move?
Okay, I will tell you, with the beginning of COVID-19, His Excellency Dr. Khaled Al-Anani called me and he said, I know you will not spare any effort. I want you to come, and I want you to work with me on, we want to pass some, we want to deliver Egypt to the world. So if they cannot come, we will go to them. And we did some footage. We did 24 of them from the inside of the Cairo Egyptian Museum. We were doing footage, little bites promoting few little popular pieces in the museum, and we were showing it to the people. And the theme was stay tuned, stay home, stay safe, Egypt will come to you. That was very smart. It was done very beautifully. It was a production company as well came and helped. Everybody who is Egyptian came and helped in those little teasers, let's put them this way. And we did a great job at that time. As you see, things continue. And all these teasers will put Egypt on the top priority for everybody to think of. If anybody wants to, first country to travel to whenever things open, it will definitely be Egypt.
When we speak about this virtual tour that you have been making, I myself enjoyed very much watching it, particularly on the social media. When we speak about this virtual tour, let me know, how is it made? How do you expose Egypt to the world? What do you do in order to be able to transfer Egypt or the treasure of Egypt to the outside world?
Well, these are considered to be teasers. You don't get to see the whole thing, but you get to see a little bite of it on where the world has finished on level of technology,
Yes.
on level of social media,
Yes.
on level of all of this. So we're speaking the language of the world.
Yes.
Easy. We're speaking the language of the world, and we're so
Yes,
close
Mr.
to them.
Battoty, can you just stay with us just for few minutes, 2 minutes or 3 minutes to take, we'll go for a break for the adhan and we'll come back for more talk with you.